Hi there, you're watching Nightline with me, Zahir, Kelvin Abdullah. The top stories: 9 Prime Minister's graft probe. Ismail Sabri is a suspect, not a witness, says MACC. Local white cash and gold were recovered in raids conducted at the residences of the 4 officers and 3 other premises believed to be safe houses. Meanwhile, the MACC probe is focused on the funds for the Keluarga Malaysia project totaling 700 million ringgit. The MACC chief said of the 31 individuals called up for questioning, 3 have a political background.
Berada mereka ni kita syak mereka adalah pembantu kepada Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri dan daripada mereka kita telah pun rakam percakapan mereka.
The MACC had also recorded statements from Ismail Sabri's former principal private secretary, Dato' Nazima Hashim. Azam said 13 bank accounts totaling 2 million ringgit have already been frozen. They do not include Ismail Sabri's personal accounts and Yayasan Keluarga Malaysia's accounts. However, the probe into some accounts belonging to the former Prime Minister are still ongoing. The MACC is expected to record statements from 7 or 8 other individuals for further action. The investigation falls under the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission Act 2009 and the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. At the same media conference, Azam said the MACC initiated an investigation into Ismail Sabri based on complaints and information received without any external directives.
Saya maintain with our principle that we investigate professionally and fairly, tanpa memilih sebarang darjat ataupun kedudukan. There's no any instruction from anybody.
On another case, the MACC said it has frozen 61 bank accounts linked to illegal e-waste operations involving approximately 15 million ringgit as part of Op Hazard. MACC Deputy Chief Commissioner of Operations, Datuk Seri Ahmad Kushari Yahya, revealed that 26 individuals, including 9 enforcement officers, have been arrested.
Kita percaya bahawa penguasa yang kita tangkap ini bertindak melindungi pusat-pusat pengumpulan e-waste tersebut.
On February 27, MACC confirmed the arrest of 5 civil servants suspected of soliciting and accepting bribes. It is believed that they accepted the bribes in exchange for not taking action against an e-waste processing factory in the southern region of the country. The 26 were arrested after 18 individuals were hauled up, including a company director, on February 25th in connection with illegal e-waste processing and disposal activities. The Agriculture and Food Security Ministry has been urged to expedite efforts to restore the supply of local white rice, BPT, in the market. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has also directed the ministry to provide regular updates to the public on the progress of the supply restoration. Last Saturday, the ministry reported that the shortage of local white rice, BPT, was due to issues related to the paddy purchase price structure, production costs and the ceiling price of BPT. It was also attributed to the lack of specific provisions prohibiting rice mixing under the Rice and Paddy Control Act 1994. In the Prime Minister's office daily briefing on Monday, Senior Press Secretary to the Prime Minister, Tunku Nasrul Abaidah, said Anwar is aware of the issue.
Dan pemulihan bekalan ini sedang dilaksanakan secara berfasah. Beliau juga telah mengarahkan kementerian yang terlibat untuk memaklumkan perkembangan berkenaan pemulihan bekalan ini secara terus kepada masyarakat.
Previously, the government announced that a total of 24 million packs of subsidized local white rice would be made available from March 1st, priced at 26 ringgit per 10 kilograms. On Sunday, the subsidized white rice was made available in Terengganu, with the first deliveries reaching 2 retail outlets. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister expressed high hopes that the upcoming Parliamentary Services Bill 2025, which he will table for the second reading on Tuesday, will receive full support from all members of Parliament. The bill is seen as a significant step in efforts to strengthen democracy by ensuring the independence of the legislative body from the broader civil service.
Dan ini akan memberi juga satu ketetapan tentang kematangan proses demokrasi dalam negara. Parlimen itu sebagai virtu, tanda kebebasan bersuara.
The bill seeks to, among others, establish a separate parliamentary service independent of the public service. It also provides for the establishment of the Parliamentary Service Commission, which will be responsible for appointing and determining the terms and conditions of employment for members of the parliamentary service, overseeing all financial matters related to the service, and developing and implementing programs and training related to the parliamentary service. Under the bill, the government is required to allocate sufficient funds for the parliamentary service each year to enable the Parliamentary Service Commission to carry out its functions. According to political analyst Professor Datuk Dr. Siva Murugan Pandian, the Parliamentary Services Bill is a significant step in its efforts to strengthen democracy by ensuring the independence of the legislative body from the broader civil service.
With this new bill, we are looking how the Parliament will remain as a solid institution, which is in line with the current leadership focus to make sure that the reform taking place under institutions will try to strengthen the principle of good governance, competency, transparency and accountability in order to remain separated from executive and judicial components of our nation's administration pillars. We are looking at better parliament, stronger democracies to protect and promote more effective and efficient administration established under this Parliamentary Services Bill.
The daily briefings by the Prime Minister's office, which began last Saturday, do not overlap with or replace the role of Madani government spokesperson Fahmi Fadzil. The Prime Minister's senior press secretary, Tunku Nasrul Abaidah, said the PM's daily briefings instead serve to complement the government's communication structure.
Taklimat harian PMO bukan pengganti kepada jurucakap kerajaan tetapi menjadi pelengkap dan memperkukuh struktur komunikasi kerajaan Madani. Dengan strategi komunikasi yang lebih menyeluruh, kerajaan dapat memastikan rakyat mendapat maklumat yang tepat.
Communications Minister Fahmi, as the Madani government spokesperson, is responsible for explaining issues and questions involving government policies as well as decisions made in cabinet meetings. Malaysia recorded a total of 35,368 fraud cases with losses amounting to 1.6 billion ringgit in 2024. Federal police records show that the elderly are more vulnerable due to their financial savings. At an event in Kuala Lumpur, Bukit Aman Commercial Crime Investigation Department CCID Director Datuk Sri Ramli Muhammad Yusof said the total number of cases increased from 34,495 recorded in 2023, which resulted in losses of 1.2 billion ringgit. Overall, authorities received approximately 41,701 reports of commercial crimes, with 84.5% involving fraud-related offences.
In 2024, PDRM successfully carried out 24,388 raids nationwide, resulting in the arrest of 25,829 individuals suspected of being involved in various commercial crimes, including scams.
He added that cooperation between the police and the banking sector must be strengthened to combat the rise in fraud cases. According to him, banks play a crucial role in assisting investigations by monitoring suspicious financial transactions and providing key information to authorities. Bank Negara is expected to maintain the overnight policy rate OPR at 3% this Thursday. TA Securities Head of Research, Kaladir Govindan, said the decision aims to support growth amid challenging external conditions. According to him, concerns over US President Donald Trump's strict policies and isolationist stance have led to a net outflow of foreign funds from the local equity market. The net outflow this year currently stands at 5.3 billion ringgit, surpassing last year's outflow of 4.2 billion ringgit. Investors are expected to remain cautious until there is clarity on Trump's tariff policies. Following this, interest in domestic sectors such as construction, telecommunications and utilities is expected to rise. The targeted subsidy for RON 95 petrol, which will be implemented in the future, will involve setting pump prices based on market rates similar to the current diesel subsidy mechanism. Second Finance Minister Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan assured that 85% of Malaysian citizens will continue to receive the subsidised fuel price.
Ini termasuklah memastikan bahawa kumpulan rakyat yang layak akan terus mendapat insentif atau bantuan sewajarnya di samping menggunakan mekanisme yang mudah dan holistik untuk penyebaran maklumat atau penerangan penyasaran subsidi yang berkesan.
The government spent 20 billion ringgit in petrol subsidies last year, and this measure is expected to save 8 billion ringgit per annum. The move also prevents price manipulation and ensures a more efficient and structured assistance system. China's yuan hovered near a two-week low against the dollar on Monday as upbeat manufacturing data partially offset some investor worries over heightened Sino-US trade tensions after President Donald Trump proposed extra tariffs on Chinese goods. As of midday, the onshore yuan weakened 0.11% to 7.2881 per dollar compared with the two-week low of 7.2914 hit on Friday. Its offshore counterpart traded at 7.2965 per dollar around midday. According to local media, the central bank has set its official guidance on the firmer side of market projections since mid-November, which analysts and traders see as a sign of unease over the yuan's decline. Trump's additional 10% tariffs on Chinese goods will come into effect on March 4th, and Beijing is currently studying relevant countermeasures. Another dismal performance by the Red Devils. Actions from the FA Cup when Nightline returns. Unlocking the future of business.
From industry evolutions to policy changes, we go beyond the headlines.
Deep insights, sharp analysis.
Understanding the forces driving tomorrow's economy.
Key financial insights that drive decisions.
This is Money Matters, every Saturday, 5 p.m.
Only on TV3 and stream now on Tonton.
Ramadan macam tak lengkap je kalau tak tengok drama dekat TV3 kan? Jom indahkan memori dengan drama menarik minggu ini.
Anak ni perhiasan rumah tangga.
Awak punca saya tak ada anak tau.
Awak nak satu Malaysia tahu yang anak kita mengandung luar nikah.
Boleh tak Mia tinggal dengan An?
Awak tak percaya aku. Tak percaya Mia.
Apa yang awak buat ni?
Saya nak campur.
Ini antara saya dengan mak saya.
Dengan cara berkeras macam ni. Awak fikir ini caranya?
Salam Ramadan. Indahkan memori di TV3.
Jadikan Ramadan kali ini sebagai waktu untuk kita merenung, bersyukur dan memperbaiki diri. Ayuh sama-sama indahkan memori Ramadan dengan hati yang bersih dan jiwa yang tenang. Selamat menjalani ibadah puasa dengan penuh keikhlasan daripada kami di TV3.
Indahkan memori Ramadan dengan Sembang Sahur.
Masya Allah, apa jam celik-celik sebenarnya. Tiba-tiba dah sembang sahur kembali.
Pengisian menarik pengalaman Ramadan artis jemputan sebagai perkongsian bersama.
Mendekati dan berkongsi rezeki dalam segmen Singgah Sahur.
Orang yang terbaik itu adalah orang yang memberi manfaat.
Menu masakan ilham Chef Naim dalam Jom Masak.
Sembang Sahur
Setiap Rabu dan Khamis jam 11 malam.
hanya di TV3.
Seorang isteri ni kena utamakan suami. Kena aku suka, tak suka ke, kena aku.
We're back with sports football, the English FA Cup. Manchester United's dismal season hit a new low as the holders crashed out of the tournament in the fifth round on Sunday, losing to Fulham in a penalty shootout following a 1-1 draw after extra time. The match at Old Trafford saw Kelvin open the scoring for Fulham just before the interval. Stunned, the Red Devils fought back and skipper Bruno Fernandes levelled the score in the 71st minute with precise finish from Diego Dalot's cross, forcing the game into extra time and penalty shootout. Fulham goalkeeper Bernd Leno emerged as the hero in the shootout, saving efforts from Victor Lindelof and Joshua Zirkzee, while the visitors converted all 4 of their penalties. It has been another testing week at the Stratford end, with 200 job cuts announced and United struggling to draw with Everton and barely beat lowly Ipswich. In another match, an extra-time winner from Danny Welbeck sent Brighton and Hove Albion through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup after a dramatic 2-1 win at Newcastle United on Sunday. Alexander Isak opened the scoring in the 22nd minute when he calmly converted his penalty following Yankuba Minte's careless challenge on Tino Livramento in the box. Despite the setback, Minte atoned for his mistake when he sprinted onto a threaded pass from João Pedro to equalise in the 44th minute. Drama ensued in the match when Newcastle were reduced to 10 men when Anthony Gordon was sent off. However, Tariq Lamptey's second yellow card for Brighton evened the numbers again, leaving both sides with 10 men. Brighton came on strong in extra time with Welbeck winning it for the Seagulls in the 114th minute with a composed finish. Turning to tennis, the 2025 Merida Open, Emma Navarro of the United States capped a flawless week in Mexico with a decisive straight-set win over Colombian qualifier Emiliana Arango to clinch her second career title on Sunday. The world number 10, who won the WTA 250 Hobart International last year, needed just 55 minutes to wrap up a 6-love win over the Colombian. With a strong serve and powerful ground strokes, Navarro never allowed Arango to reach a break point, while the US Open semi-finalist won 71% of points on return. The 23-year-old became only the fifth player this century to win the WTA final with a 6-love, 6-love scoreline and the first since Iga Swiatek's victory over Karolina Pliskova in the 2021 Italian Open. Heatwave shuts schools in the Philippines. The details when we come back.
Dah lama tak tunjuk skill memasak. Ramadan tahun ni, jom indahkan memori bersama keluarga di dapur.
One pot lasagna. Tapi jangan risau, sangat-sangat mudah nak buat dalam menu sihat Ramadan.
So idea kan cakap lah, sayang boleh tak kalau you masak? So you masak sedap. Betul sayang? Bukan macam tu sayang. Ya Allah. Okey dah.
Anak mama masak apa tu? Salam Ramadan, indahkan memori di TV3.
Di bulan yang penuh rahmat ini, marilah kita indahkan memori Ramadan dengan menyebarkan kebaikan kerana setiap detik adalah peluang untuk kita mendekatkan diri kepada Yang Maha Esa. Ramadan Mubarak untuk semua daripada kami di TV3.
Lagi cepat jadi suami you, lagi cepat layan you macam princess.
Seeloknya awak buka mata seluas-luasnya dan pasang telinga biar jelas kalau awak nak teruskan hubungan dengan Fakih.
Kenapa aku ada kau sekarang?
Mulai hari ini, Ina akan jaga mak dengan baik.
Teratak Kasih Salina, Isnin hingga Jumaat 10 malam di Samarinda TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Indahkan memori Ramadan dengan Sembang Sahur.
Masya Allah, apa jam celik-celik sebenarnya. Tiba-tiba dah sembang sahur kembali.
Pengisian menarik pengalaman Ramadan artis jemputan sebagai perkongsian bersama.
Mendekati dan berkongsi rezeki dalam segmen Singgah Sahur.
Orang yang terbaik itu adalah orang yang memberi manfaat.
Menu masakan ilham Chef Naim dalam Jom Masak.
Sembang Sahur
setiap Rabu dan Khamis
jam 11 malam
hanya di TV3.
Layan dan hormat saya sebagai seorang isteri.
Welcome back. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Sunday that his country is ready to sign a minerals deal with US President Donald Trump despite their bust-up at the Oval Office last Friday. After a London summit, Zelensky in a statement said once Washington and Kiev reach an agreement, he believes both Ukraine and the US will go forward with the proposed pact. Zelensky also expressed confidence in salvaging his relationship with Trump and that his administration would not cut off assistance to Kiev following a tense meeting last Friday. His remarks came at the end of a two-day visit to the United Kingdom, during which European leaders sought to present a unified front in support of Ukraine and salvage efforts to bring an end to its war with Russia. In the meantime, European leaders closed ranks on Sunday in support of Kiev at a London summit where they pledged to spend more on security and assemble a coalition to defend any truce in Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron said in a newspaper interview that France and Britain wanted to propose a partial one-month truce. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer echoed Macron's stance, saying that Britain, France and other European nations would work with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting, which they would then put to Washington. Starmer added that with no guarantee of US involvement, Europe must do the heavy lifting. However, after the leaders gathered on Sunday, European Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen warned that the continent urgently needed to rearm and to prepare for the worst. The talks, which brought together 18 allies, came just 2 days after US President Donald Trump berated Zelensky in front of reporters at the White House.
And for that, we need...
Israeli fire killed at least 2 people in Rafah and injured 3 others in Khan Yunis in the south of Gaza on Monday, raising fears among Palestinians that the ceasefire could collapse altogether after Israel imposed a total blockade on the shattered enclave. Residents said Zionist tanks stationed near the eastern and southern borders of Gaza intensified gunfire and tank shellings into the outskirts throughout the night. The attacks followed Israel's Sunday blockade on all supplies, including food and fuel, to Gaza. The first phase of the Israel-Hamas ceasefire ended over the weekend without a clear agreement on the next steps. While Hamas insists on advancing to a second phase leading to a permanent Israeli withdrawal, Israel has instead offered a temporary extension into April, with Hamas to release more hostages in return for Palestinian detainees without immediate talks on Gaza's future. Soaring temperatures shut down nearly half of schools in the Philippine capital on Monday as the torrid dry season started in the tropical Southeast Asian country. A National Weather Service advisory said Metro Manila was projected to experience a danger level heat index of up to 46 Celsius for 2 days until Tuesday. The advisory also warned residents in affected areas to avoid prolonged exposure to the sun. Classrooms in Manila and 6 other districts have been ordered closed by local governments due to the expected heat wave. A heat wave struck large areas of the Philippines in April and May last year, leading to almost daily suspensions of in-person classes, affecting millions of students. Anora, the story of a New York stripper who gets a chance at a new life when she marries a wealthy Russian client on a whim, has won 5 top Academy Awards, including the coveted Best Picture at the annual star-studded ceremony in Los Angeles, United States on Sunday. Anora's 25-year-old star, Mickey Madison, was named Best Actress, while the film also earned Best Director for Sean Baker and trophies for Original Screenplay and Editing. The ceremony also saw No Other Land, a documentary film about the plight of Palestinians under Israeli occupation, winning an Oscar. Meanwhile, Adrian Brody claimed his second Oscar, winning the Best Actor award for his role as a Jewish immigrant and architect who chases the American dream in The Brutalist. Zoe Saldana was named the Best Supporting Actress for a role as the fixer for a Mexican drug lord in the Spanish-language musical Emilia Perez, while Kieran Culkin won the Best Supporting Actor award for the film A Real Pain.
You're really good people. You gave it your best shot. I love you.
Concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as thousands of Samba troupe members swing and dance into the spotlight of Rio de Janeiro's Samba Drome, celebrating the Carnival's 3rd night of festivities in the Brazilian city. With that, I'm Zahir, Kelvin Abdullah. Thank you for watching and selamat bersahur.